Hey guys, so today we're gonna be stripping down the rest of the sound deadening material on the E36. I got some dry ice. I got 4 bags of this stuff. This is super cold. So I'll be using the dry ice to remove the sound deadening from the car. What you do with the dry ice is literally you freeze the sound deadening material, which is like a glue. So once you freeze it, it'll literally become brittle and you can just tap it with a hammer or chisel it out and it just falls out like it's like tile or glass or something. And then it just comes off and it doesn't leave any residue of the glue left behind, and it makes a way cleaner and easier removal of the sound deadening material. The reason I remove the sound deadening material and just don't leave it there, first, it's literally cosmetics. It makes the whole car look cleaner, that way you don't have that like patch of like gluey, gooey stuff stuck in there. And then once you paint the car, all looks smooth and nice like the exterior of the car, so it gets a better appearance in the car. Also, I mean, I don't know how much is on the BMW, but it'll probably remove about 10 to 15 pounds of that stuff, minimum. It could go all the way to like 40 pounds of that stuff in some cars. Just got back from Home Depot. I got the tools that I needed. I got 3 different spatulas. One of them is flexible, one of them is stiff of the little one. So the flexible one, you can like get through corners. This one's stiff, so you can like really get on there when you need to have something come in a corner. When you need to remove something in a corner,
you can use a hammer on it.
Then this one has this little angle, so when you get in like the big chunks, you can literally just go on like this and remove them. So I got 3 different tools to make the job a lot easier. Also, if you work on a BMW, you'll notice it has a bunch of like this little 7mm bolt somewhere. So I got this nice little socket that works really well for that. And I got a wrench for it, since I couldn't find 7mm stuff in Adam's stuff. We still have some of this plastic still on the floor, so I'm gonna have Sebas remove this. There's also another one on the other side. I don't think there's anything else. Maybe we gotta remove some of the clip or zip ties that are holding the harness to the floor. That way we can lift everything and get to each sheet of sound deadening material at once. Trying out to figure out a good camera angle, so I may have to remove the subwoofers again and the spare wheel, and I'm gonna try to put the tripod in there so I can get like the camera about here. I think this is a good look to do the process to make a really sick time lapse. Let's see what you can do it. You got it?
Of course I got it. Alberto.
Don't break your back there, buddy.
Sorry, dude, I do CrossFit. You need to clean those, man.
CrossFit. I set up the stuff inside the car, so I always gotta make sure to use gloves. I use welding gloves, so that way it doesn't burn my hands, because you don't want to be touching dry ice with your bare hands. Got the hammer. You want to be tapping some of that stuff out, and got the 3 spatulas. Now the bags come like these little blocks. So you can, some of these you can use them like the way they are and just put them on top on a big surface. Some of the bags you can like just crumble them up to use certain corners and distribute them a little bit easier. So you want to leave it until you see that the stuff gets like frostbite. So you'll be able to tell once it gets like really hard and it turns like to like white frost over it. Then you just tap it and it comes off. Let's see if I can like make a little demonstration on this so I can show you guys exactly what happens. You wanna like, after you crumble the one of the bags, just like lay it over the parts. Oh, that piece is still a little too big. Need the hammer for that.
Hammer. There we go. Spread it.
These pieces are still too big.
You're gonna hear it crack, actually.
You want to spread it nice and even. And now we wait until the next minute.
You hear it crack?
Yeah. Sounds like firewood.
You're gonna, yeah, actually it does.
Literally when you're gonna like hold it up against the surface to get that to freeze. This is where the gloves really come in handy.
Oh, do you vape?
This is how you vape.
Dude, that was so cool. See. That for me. There you go. See, I just like.
We ended up getting all the rear end off. That's just debris from the front part. We got the rear seat done. Got this whole part done. It's just like more loose debris. I'm finishing up the front, but that's all the dry ice I got left. So I definitely won't have enough. Even I bought 4 bags. It's not enough to do the whole thing. This is some of the stuff that we removed from the rear seat. This is just so much of this stuff. I kind of want to weigh everything later and see how much weight that I actually took off. See if I'm still hammering his side. Dude, what? Let me see the hammer real quick. What's up with the hammer? It's like an ice hammer. Running out of time, but I guess these guys don't want to quit. He's like, all right, let me push a little bit more. I forgot to get that thing off yesterday. And the interior is a complete mess because I have pieces of sound deadening material everywhere. But it's all loose now. I didn't get to do that little strip right there. So I'm gonna have to buy a bag or two tomorrow so I can get that. And then there's also a little very tiny bit in the corner there, as well as on the other side. Now the hard cleaning part begins. All these big chunks off. This box literally weighs about around 35 pounds, and you can see it's like literally almost filled all the way. That's not even counting that I have the little pieces left on the car, which I'm gonna vacuum now so that I can have a cleaner surface. And I still got those little pieces that I couldn't get off today. The car is vacuumed now, and this is what it looks like. It's pretty clean now, just got a little bit of glue residue. Always gonna have some of that, so I might have to either burn that off or maybe I can use a different tool to just scrape it all out. So this is what it looks like now. It's all bare metal or painted metal. I'm so excited about finally being able to do this kind of work on my car. I always have to end up doing that at the shop for other people's cars. So now this is the first time I'm actually doing a full race car build for myself. I can't believe that I finally get to do it, but I finally get to build a race car for my own. I can't wait to drive this thing. You guys have no idea how much I wanted to drift again, and now I'm finally gonna be able to make it happen and be able to have fun with all these guys. I can't wait for Adam to get back. I'll show him what I got. Hopefully I can practice before he gets back. And the car works solid. So let's keep it together. I'm gonna keep working on this thing. I'm gonna keep working on this car consistently so I can get it done in time. And tomorrow we're gonna be working on the turbo. I'm gonna take the turbo off so I can get the right hardware for the thing. Also, can remove this thing out of the way. I had already like cut it. So I made this little hole on the heat shield so it can go around the wastegate. So this is what it looks like with the wastegate attached to it. So I need to take the turbo off. I'm gonna fabricate the return line. And I'm gonna finalize the feed line stuff. I gotta take the intake manifold off. I gotta do all the hoses for the water lines, install a radiator and the new fan. And I also gotta install the power steering pump. So all that stuff will be in tomorrow's video, and then whatever else I can like come up with. I always have some cool stuff that I have ideas while I'm working on the car, so I'll surprise you guys with that tomorrow. It's already like 7 in the afternoon, so I have to get to editing ASAP so I can get this video uploaded for you guys in time before it gets too late. I'll see you guys tomorrow.